Yes. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of whatever this is. What are we calling this? Sewing Badly with Brent? And I forgot to bring this up so I can watch comments, so y'all get to watch me get on my phone, you know. And Eddie, you want to pitch your new video that you put out there?
No.
No. It was interesting.
Is this the moment where we tell everybody how easy it is to do a YouTube because you don't have to have everything lined up and prepared?
I mean, if they haven't figured that out yet, I mean, yeah, I guess. You know, look, the reason everybody does YouTube, because
yeah.
The real trick to YouTube is getting people to watch it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, see, there we go. Yeah, because we were really excited when we hit 1,000 people, subscribers.
Oh.
Did that just burn out?
Oh,
we hit the
the
thing.
iron is
We
plugged into the same one.
What else did that kill?
Oh, I hope nothing important. My goodness.
Oh, we're good. Okay. What else is plugged into that? Oh, the machine and the light and the. Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Okay. Lesson in electricity. We have too many things plugged in the power strip, and irons like to take a lot of heat, and we just pop that over. Anyway. Yeah, so yes, YouTube. Anybody with a camera can get on YouTube. In fact, if you go way back to our early days. Welcome to this evening of excitement. Louisa is here.
Hi.
Louisa, who's going to take over this mess.
Jean.
This beautiful
Rhonda.
shop.
This mess. We have tried to talk her out of it. She's like, no, I'm going to do it. And so we applaud her
Tenacity.
tenacity. Yes. And that's what it takes. So anyway, I was talking to Lisa, like, why don't you come do the show? And then we're getting ready about 15 minutes ago. I'm like, are we just going to talk or are we going to sew too? And she's like, well, we should talk and sew. And then what were your criteria? Quick, easy, make a lot of them.
Holiday
great
friendly.
gift, holiday friendly.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I got the perfect idea for that. Now, I think we've done these before, but when I demoed it to Lisa, she was like, oh my gosh, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that, and we all have those things in our stash that we used to do a lot of. In 2017, we made 400 XYZs.
Yep.
But then you haven't made one for a while, and then you remember how fun and easy it is to make, and you're like, oh, I'll do that again.
So what we're going to do is a quick, easy holiday, because then she started listing off things, and she said coasters. So I'm like, oh, coasters are easy.
Yes, coasters are easy.
And my understanding is I've seen these used for wine glasses, because they'll stick on the bottom of a wine glass, then you can put them.
Because of the opening in the fold?
Yes.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make some Halloween coasters, which you can do this with a charm pack.
Yes, charm
You can
pack
do it with
friendly.
anything. You can do scraps, but all you need is square. You need 5 squares of the same size.
Did we already do this like a long time?
A long time ago. I can tell you that you and Rio used to love making these. She
Yeah,
made
but I thought we did it on a video.
Did we do it? I think we
so.
did.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it again.
Yeah.
You know.
Jean, Rhonda, Janice, and Jean all say hi.
Hello.
And it's the it's the age of remakes. We remake everything now. So why don't we get in on that trend and remake our own video of
Coasters too.
coasters too? Coasters too. So anyway, shall we get started?
I think so.
Or do you want to talk about anything else before we go?
Well, before we get started, we can let them know that if anybody has questions they want to ask in this moment, they can check in. And if it's appropriate for us to answer them, we will.
Oh, yes. Yeah, good point. If you have questions for Louisa, or myself for that matter,
Yep.
put them in the chat and we'll shout them out. Do we do the wow? Someday we have to get in like super chats. Like listen to podcasts and everybody's like, "Oh, super chat! Somebody sent us $100."
I don't think they're gonna do
Yeah, why would you do that? if it ever gets to that point here, never pay $10 to ask me a question. That's ridiculous.
Or me.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So anyway, all you need is 4. You need 5 squares of the same size total. And I cut a bunch ahead of time, and I forgot they were doubled up, so we got it. So I actually have 4 different prints because I wanted to make it interesting. Are we up? Are we overhead, Eddie?
Yep.
Okay. And what you do, you need 5, and 4 of them are different. And which one do we want on the back?
Oh, I like this one.
That one for the back? Okay. Because you're gonna do all the sewing, I'm just gonna do the prepping and.
Okay.
It'll
I've
be
never
there.
sewn on this kind of machine, so I'm going to need a little tutorial.
Press the thing and go.
Press the thing and go. Got it.
So now, of these 4 of these are going to be the top, 1 is going to be the back. Since that one's doubled, I'm going to make that one the back. And then all you do is you take now there's 2 ways to do this. We'll start with the way that most people see. You're just going to take these and press them in half.
Ish. That's an ish half.
That's an ish half for sure, because I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm going to press it here.
And if we don't pin, Danny will be mad.
Well, that's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this project. You don't need to pin.
Okay.
So there's one pressed in half, and I suppose you could just finger press it if you wanted to, but you know, we got to make good television.
Well, it's also nice to see how fun the cordless iron is.
Yes, I do like the cordless iron. Though some people aren't super excited about the cordless iron because it doesn't get as hot as a corded iron.
Oh.
But it is super convenient. It's one of the reasons I love it. But it doesn't, the Cricut presses are probably the best tool for this because you can digitally control the heat. They heat up fast. Yes, we love our Cricut press.
And if you pre-folded all four, could you just like right on top of all four and press all of them at once?
Oh, you could.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were that, inclined. I mean, if you were going to put this on assembly line, for sure.
Okay.
So now we have 4 of these. All we're going to do is arrange them in a square. But we're going to do you ever try to close boxes without tape? Been doing a lot of that lately because we're trying to move.
Oh, thank you. I was like, no, the oranges can't go together.
They can't go together, yeah. So all we're going to do is just kind of set this up in an interwoven, because this is where you get your pattern. Look how.
With the folds towards the center.
Folds toward the center,
so you don't end up
yes.
with raw edges in the middle.
Yes, because we're gonna sew around the edge, and we want to sew the raw edges down.
Got it.
So we're just gonna arrange that very nicely with the folds in the middle. So far, so good. Look how pretty this. That looks very professional. Then I'm just gonna take this and put it on top like so.
Okay.
And then all we're gonna do from here is we're just gonna run this through the machine and sew all 4 edges.
Okay. The pedal doesn't quite reach the floor. I gotta bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back a little bit.
Okay.
I think that should be good to go. Most of the time, we spend most of our time on the show threading the machine, but you should be threaded and ready to go.
We are. Okay.
And did we decide that the light was out on that, Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's plugged in,
Okay.
so you should be good to go. So then all you're going to do
Take our sandwich.
is just take our sandwich and sew around the edges.
Okay. Just make sure the sandwich stays together.
Yeah,
while you do that.
exactly.
That's
And
why pinning might have been helpful.
It might have. And do I have a pin? I might have pins here somewhere.
I think there's some line.
Or clips or something. Oh, well, here we go. We got a clip.
Or is this the time to show people that good enough is good enough in this moment?
For this particular project,
Okay.
good enough is good enough. This is not a truly.
It's not a precision.
It could be a precision project if you're one of those type of people, but honestly,
Okay.
like I said, when Rio was 6, she made a ton of these. So
Remember the tutorial? How do I get the presser foot to go down?
that
Oh,
right
it's
there.
back there.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like that.
And then
And you want to start on
With the needle down?
And you want to start in the corner.
start in the corner. Like here?
Yeah, going that way.
Oh, okay.
Start right about there.
Okay. And you don't need a leader.
Nope, just start.
Don't make it complicated, Louisa.
You can make it complicated.
Okay.
It makes for better television if you complicate it.
Okay. Here we go. I want that little bit to stay under. I need my purple thing.
And then as long as you're near the, and then wait, stop.
Ah!
And what I often do because I'm lazy and I don't feel like cutting anything is I just stop about there, spin it and
Okay.
go.
Okay. Oh, but then you dropped my little black.
Oh, well, that's why you're
It's okay.
there.
All right. I'm the undropper.
Yeah. And you see, you could be super precise in your seam allowances and all that, but the beauty of this project is you don't need to be.
Little rebel there with my needle up while I spun.
Yep, see?
Don't even look at
And
me.
it doesn't even matter. Because that's the kind of project we're making. Because this is
Because
fitting.
I said simple, easy,
and
holiday
quick.
friendly.
Yeah, and holiday friendly. So if you do this with like scrap Christmas fabric, you can make all sorts of these. And you could probably even like sew like a cord on it if you do it out of like holiday fabric, and then you can call it a Christmas ornament.
Well, see, that's what I said that jogged your memory. I said, what about a folded fabric ornament? And you said, oh, yes.
Well, because when you say an easy folded fabric ornament, the only folded fabric ornaments I've ever seen are nowhere near
Not
easy.
easy. I'm just going to go backwards a little to kind of secure
Okay.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And then I can lift that.
yeah, and then pull that out with lots of tail because I hate rethreading that.
Okay, no rethreading. Here we go.
And
We have snips
you
right
have
here.
snipped, right? Yep. So
Okay.
did
Haircut.
everybody see the sewing there? See, we're only 10 minutes. We should have made this more complicated. We're only,
Well, we can make another one with
We're
more
only 10 minutes
precision
in,
and
so-
show the difference.
So,
Can I snip the corners?
you run the seam
Oh,
down there
see?
again.
See? Without the precision.
Even, okay,
Without the precision, I'm just saying.
we could have been fine, but,
But Louisa went sideways.
it's all right. It's very rare. It's very rare that I say that you need to re-sew a seam.
Setting records. First time for everything.
Of course, if we started on the back, it would probably be easier anyway,
Maybe,
because you
maybe.
can see it better. But nice, so you're good.
Okay, I've caught everything now.
Yeah.
Long tail.
Yeah, just a long tail because I
No
don't want to
rethreading.
rethread. Now, what
Alright.
you could do, there's a few things here that we can do. If we were really particular and neat, because Louisa wanted to cut our corners to make it look nice.
Yeah, you get a crisper corner that
You
way.
do get a crisper corner, and then you poke it all out. You can do all that, but all you do is after this point, you see, because it's going to be the same on both sides because it's all folded, and you just turn it over. And you could, like I said, you could clip your corners and all that stuff. Of course, I'm doing this, and I'm like, uh-oh. Trying to keep it all straight. See, do you like your cute little Halloween? And you see, if we clipped our corners and pushed it out with a pokey thingy, it would look better in our corners.
Especially when you press it.
Yep.
And you could even top stitch it.
You could top stitch it. Or you know what you could also do?
What?
You could, instead of going straight to the corner, you could like sew at an angle and make it like a hexagon.
Ooh, you could change the shape.
Yes, you could change the shape of it and it'd be very easy to do. And, that would make a good Christmas tree ornament.
If you put ribbon in before
Yes.
you did that, then you'd have the hanger already installed in your ornament.
Yes, and then you'd have a little Christmas, of course this is a, but look, see, that would be kind of cute.
There are people who do Halloween trees.
Halloween trees?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole thing.
Okay. This is, okay, one second. I
Okay,
think
alright.
there's ribbon.
Okay.
And then
I'll
what
start
happens-
arranging our corners, our triangles.
Yeah, okay, you have that for the triangles, Eddie.
Okay. Do we have all 4 fabrics? Here we go. Oh, he was pressing while I was. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right, so there's all of those. So with the triangles,
Well,
it's.
I don't know if triangles are going to give us as good of effect if we cut the corners off.
Oh, okay. So
What
maybe
would
we
that-
should do another square. You do another flat and then do the triangle?
Well, let's think about this for a second.
Okay. All right. A little bit of thinking.
Because if we cut the corners off the triangle, what happens? Oh, that would be kind of cool. Let's do that.
Might still work.
Let's see
Might
what it
still
looks like.
Okay. And then this one goes under on that side.
Yeah, just like that.
And over on that
So you
side.
see, all we did on here is we just, instead of folding it the lengthwise, we fold it to, we still folded it in half just on the diagonal, and that's what gives us this shape.
Yeah.
Now, well, let's
Okay.
use a different back.
So yeah, how about, no, maybe this one. Does this one glow in the dark?
Yes, it does. So let's make that
All glow in the dark, yeah. And then this goes right side to the folds,
back. Yeah.
like that, to become the back.
But now the
Okay.
question is, are we cutting the corners off? We decided.
Well, would that be changing too many variables at once?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
I got a plan.
We could, okay,
Let's mark it. Let me go get a pen.
all right.
Because I just want to figure out where we want to put our
Oh, look, there's pins.
yeah, grab pins. So I want to figure out where to put our ribbon so that we can hang it.
Oh, yep, we can tuck that in.
How big of a hanger do we need?
Oh, I think a standard ornament is like, what,
Like that?
a 3-inch, maybe 4-inch total? Yeah.
So,
Just big enough that you could get it over the branch of a Christmas tree.
well, this isn't a Christmas tree, unless it's like a Jack Skellington Christmas tree.
Could be a Halloween tree.
Okay, so here, before we pin those all in,
Yep, yep.
let's,
So we would want this to face inside like that.
yes.
Right.
But we can put it in a little ways because we're going to end up chopping that corner off,
Okay.
right?
So like here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, we're making this up as we go along.
Okay, that's the beauty of it. It's
People
improv.
get to watch this happen real time.
It's improv,
This is like
project creation happening, pattern design
just
happening.
all at once.
right here.
Well, we got to watch the pattern design happen when we were doing the Shaw Pop quilt.
Okay. And then maybe one more pin to hold this.
Yeah, and then what I would do. Do I have one? Yeah, we'll do it right there. Perfect. And we're thinking if we're going to chop the corners off to make it like a hexagon, right?
Yeah, so
So
just
what
making
would-
sure that all still
Yeah,
meets
looks
over
perfect.
here. Okay.
And so all we would do, I'm going to come in one width of that ruler.
One width of the ruler.
How's that sound?
Sounds great.
So I'm just going to...
Do you know about the friction pens as fabric marking?
Yes.
I love those.
But tip on the friction pens.
Yes.
Don't be careful using them on dark fabric.
Oh, they don't heat evaporate as well on dark fabric?
No, they actually bleach the fabric, so you
Oh,
get like
dear.
a bleach line if you're not careful.
Okay.
They may have fixed that. That was like an early problem.
Okay, we should look into whether that got fixed before
Yes,
we tell people
because
that they're awesome.
that was always a problem. That's why we carried them
Louisa
for a while.
and Brent said.
That's why we stopped carrying them, because we ran into that like, no, okay, no, we don't want to
Okay.
be responsible for that.
Yep.
But because we're going to turn this over, I'm just using a regular pen.
Okay, all right.
You doing it?
Yeah, I got it.
Take it. Take it away.
Okay, and I'm going to sew it on the side where I missed stuff last time. So, this side, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to start here and turn the corner and
Yeah.
then join in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So this is the finished product, if anybody's interested. See how cute that is? And if you go, you can stick the wine stem in there and it sits on the bottom of your wine glass, I guess is, a thing, if you're a wine drinker. But I drink from a mason jar. Oh, man.
And I'm a lightweight. I have to drink wine out of a shot glass or I get goofy.
All right. I'm kind of excited about this. This is
Yeah,
like,
this will be fun.
I thought this was going to be boring. I'm like, oh, we've done this before. This isn't as exciting. I'm glad that the turn this took.
New energy.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Right, Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how you kind of got like that whole Guido thing going on. Is that like on purpose?
No.
Am I allowed to say Guido, or is that like offensive now?
No, I think you're allowed to say it.
Okay.
It's not like.
Okay, okay, Facebook, I love the internet, because every now and then I just run across something crazy. There is a fantastic meme I ran across. I'm like, this can't be true.
Oh, I don't have to leave a hole for turning because
No.
it's folded in the front.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Beautiful.
ran across this meme on the internet, and I don't know if I can actually say it and not get in trouble, about this movie in 1992 called Black Homosexuals from Outer Space. Except they used wrong words for most of that.
Oh?
And I'm like, this can't be true. So I have to fall down the rabbit hole. Turns out it's true. And I'm like, this can't be so. And then I'm like, who would make such a thing? And you find a picture of the director.
Oh.
All right. And so the meme gets even better. You find a picture of this dude. Looks like he should probably, he probably owns a couple white pillow sheets and he's,
Oh,
of that
okay,
persuasion.
okay.
So like, okay, it makes sense that this guy would make that movie. And then you go a little bit deeper and you find the picture of his wedding. And that just obliterates any misconceptions you had about his handlebar mustache and redneck appearance.
And political leanings.
And political leanings. It was very bizarre. It
I'm
was
gonna
the
trim the
weirdest.
corners.
It was the weirdest trip of the internet I have ever been on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I am not going to watch the movie because, by all accounts, my 20 minutes down this rabbit hole, it's not worth watching. Well,
Oh.
some people said it was actually kind of funny, but
So not by all accounts.
I think it really depends on your sense of humor.
Okay.
My suspicion is the people that enjoyed movies such as The Dolomite may have appreciated this movie.
Okay.
And Eddie, have you watched The Dolomite? That seems like that would have been on your watch list.
Are we ready to flip?
We're
We're
ready to flip.
Okay.
No,
That's
did
fine.
wait, did we show you what we did? See,
no,
we
okay.
cut the corners off.
Yep.
So
Trim
now
the
it's around.
corners.
Okay, I just wanted to.
It's more rounded for sure. Okay.
And I will not recommend The Dolomite to our audience. I don't think anybody that's watching this would appreciate that.
I don't even know what that is. I grew up in a house where my mom said cable didn't come to our house. It came to the neighbors' houses,
Yeah.
but not our house. Neighbors on both sides.
Yep.
So I grew up watching Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah. Where in the world
Is Carmen Sandiego?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And MathNet.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you had the two channels. You had channel 31 and 41.
I don't remember what the numbers were,
Oh.
but we had NBC and PBS.
Yep, those are the two. Yep, WNNE and PBS. Yep.
Yeah, we had NBC and PBS. So that's what I grew up watching. And I got to college, and I was in a sociology class, and they were talking about the cultural lessons of All in the Family. And they were talking about this character being very Archie Bunker-like. And about 15 minutes into the conversation, little 19-year-old me went, who's Archie Bunker? And the entire classroom went, what? Because it was like I'd been living under a rock.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just because we didn't
I can relate.
You know.
I did not know Archie Bunker was a thing till I was an adult as well.
All right. There we have something in common.
I just learned about this character.
Well, Archie Bunker?
Yeah.
He's definitely worth looking at.
Okay.
Of course, that's also the other meme. If you look at all the 90s TV dads, the wholesome ones, they're all in jail now for things.
Oh, they are.
And
they are.
and the only one that wasn't is what's his Married with Children. Kind of the a-hole dad is the only one that's not.
That didn't end up in jail. So all of that time pretending to be wholesome was really detrimental to their real character.
Yeah, it's crazy how the world works.
All right.
And
all
it's
right.
like, who is it? Was it Lil Kim and Whitney? Who was it with Whitney Houston? There was another singer, same time as Whitney Houston, that everybody thought that she was going to end up dying from drugs, and it turns out to be Whitney Houston. Was it Lil Kim?
Just goes to show you.
I don't know.
Something. Shows you something.
Missy Elliott. Maybe that's who I'm thinking of. Anyway.
We should press that and see what it looks like with those trimmed
it.
corners and
Okay, we can do that.
Was the Muppet Show cool in your...
I grew
The
up
Muppet
watching
Show
the
was
Muppets.
always cool,
Yeah.
especially like the Swedish Chef. Where's the chicken in the basket?
And we had
Pigs in Space.
the Phenomena.
Yep.
Yeah, Phenomena.
Yep.
Do 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 do.
Oh, we
Oh.
don't. Did we get that? Oh, just put that over.
I like the triangles with the turned corners.
Okay.
I'm enjoying. Although when you do the triangles with the turned corners, it almost makes it look like you started with squares instead of triangles.
Yeah.
I wonder if we should try the square with the trimmed corners
We'll
to
try
see if we get a more triangle
We
look.
can try that. I mean, everybody saw how easy that was. Yeah, that's actually kind of a cool little thing. And if you have your embroidery machine,
Take it up a notch.
you could personalize this as you see fit. Because everybody has a Halloween tree apparently.
Not everybody. It's a niche market. Don't put words in my mouth. But there are people who have decided that the effort of taking their Christmas tree down and putting it back up again is just not worth it. And so they leave it up, and every couple of months they change the holiday theme on the tree. So they have a Valentine's Day tree, they have a St. Patrick's Day tree,
yes.
and then they have a 4th of July tree, and a Thanksgiving tree, and a Christmas tree.
And that makes me think that might be more in tune with the actual spirit of the Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
Because, the whole pagan Yule log thing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
There was a year that I did not want to take my Christmas tree down and remove all the ornaments and pack them. I was not feeling that. And we took off the very breakable ornaments to make sure that they stayed safe. But anything that wasn't going to break if it fell, we left on the tree with the lights, right? Lights, ornaments, all on the tree. Just the breakable family heirlooms taken off. And then we got one of those rolls of saran wrap from U-Haul, and we wrapped the tree. It was an artificial tree, and we wrapped it with saran wrap and carried it to the basement with the saran wrap on it, so that the next year we could bring it up the stairs and just slice the saran wrap and undo it and put the breakable ornaments back on.
Is a great idea.
How did
it work though? I mean, that sounds good in theory, but it seems like one of those in practice.
So the next year, we looked at the saran wrapped tree in the basement and said, maybe we just want a 2-foot tree on top of the wood stove this year. We ended up with
a 2-foot tree on top of the wood stove.
Well, the wood stove doesn't work.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, how was your insurance?
No, we didn't have to worry about that because the wood stove is not active.
All right, so if we put that there,
Yep.
in the middle there.
Well, let's think about where we're going to trim the corners.
Because we're trimming the corners, and that's
Trim
going to be,
there. So then our hexagon, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yep, agreed, I like it. And then we've got our not fancy marking pen,
That is correct.
but functional. Oh,
I was like,
that's why you pin.
I was pinning, but I pinned the wrong. I got all excited. I got a pin in it. I can now manhandle the thing. Yeah, good enough. So you can blame this one on me when it comes out like garbage. You'd be like, yeah, this is the one Brent pinned.
Good.
So do we have any comments that we need to respond to, Eddie?
Rhonda's favorite Muppet Show guest was Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford. There's
on
a
the
throwback.
Muppets.
What was I just watching? You ever watch Good Mythical Morning?
No.
No, okay. It's a fantastic show.
As a night shift nurse, there was a lot of stuff I didn't get to watch.
Well, it's a YouTube thing.
Oh, okay.
And they just did an episode of like celebrity children, and it was really kind of funny because the two guys that do it are like mid-40s, like my age. So they remember Cindy Crawford and like the Pepsi ads.
Uh-huh.
So when they had like a picture of her kid on there, they're like, I know who kid that is.
All right, I have to flip this to see how we're doing over here. And
but wait, you're not feeling good about that?
No.
Okay.
I think before you mark, can we just do a little bit?
Well, yeah, why don't you do the pinning?
All right, why don't we trade for a minute?
I'll trade.
Okay.
We can do that.
I'm too short for the stool, but I'll stand up here. All right. I apologize.
It's all right. See that
you know?
hey, it's a group effort.
It is.
I will make the mess and you can clean it up.
Okay. You like being home.
See, I don't remember Cindy Crawford on the Muppet Show. Now I'm gonna have to go find that one.
I actually watched that one last night. She's, I don't know, it was like a Kermitier, I think it was.
A Kermitier.
Yeah. Oh, there's Sam and Friends as well.
Sam.
It's Jim Henson's, I think, his first show.
Oh.
Which had Kermit.
Kermit. And Fraggle Rock was another one.
I loved Fraggle Rock. Down Fraggle Rock. Choo-choo.
Fraggle Rock was what happened to Jim? Jim Henson had like all the Muppet shows, like all the crazy puppets. Have you ever seen Troll Hunter?
No.
Because Troll Hunter is one of the greatest movies ever made, and the special effects in it are outstanding. And there's a reason that I thought of Jim Henson made me think of the movie. The trolls are that good; they look like they belong in a Jim Henson movie. Did you know this, Eddie? No. And there's a conspiracy theory that they started in there that I think might be true. That you know, like the electrical lines.
Yeah.
Like the high, like that run through the mountains.
The high voltage.
High voltage lines that like connect everything. Mm-hmm. That those aren't actually for electricity. You know what they really are? They're an electric fence to keep the trolls in.
Well, aren't we glad it works?
You have to watch Troll Hunter because you know there's, and then I think
E.T. gave me nightmares. I'm not sure I can watch
Troll Hunter is one of those great movies that I think everybody should watch. And I was really excited when Netflix came out. We didn't mark our corners, did we?
Ah.
Yeah, we can mark them after.
Or we can go rogue.
Or yeah, just eyeball it.
I can kind of.
Yeah.
Right. I can turn.
That works. Yeah.
Okay.
Just eyeball it.
Group effort.
Because there's that movie that new Netflix movie came out like last year called Troll. Have you seen? It's like a Godzilla troll movie. Have you seen that? And it's like this angry troll going to where the babies, all the troll babies died, and it's like it's a strange movie.
It sounds it.
But it's a good movie, and if you like that movie, if you watch Troll on Netflix, and you're like, I love this movie, you need to watch Troll Hunter.
And if it gives you nightmares, then
because
don't.
I am convinced that that Troll is actually was supposed to be the sequel to Troll Hunter. Do you ever watch like the found footage movies? Because Troll Hunter is like a found footage. It's really good. It's like Blair Witch, just better.
Oh, it's Dracula. That was.
What's that, Dracula? What's Blackula?
No,
See, Blackula would be what we were talking about earlier, the Dolomite. There's this whole period in the 70s, late 70s, the blaxploitation movies. And Dolomite is probably the high watermark of blaxploitation.
If Danny's watching, she needs to know that it took every effort I had not to put that pin in my mouth when I took it out.
All right. So Sarah, my wife, has this thing where if she sees like a baby Jesus in a nativity scene, she has this weird urge to like put it in her mouth.
Just pins for me, no.
And then so we're at like this antique.
Oh, you
thing
gotta
over the
get her a
weekend.
king cake.
We're at an antique thing over the weekend, and like this really cool old nativity thing, and I just saw her eyes light up. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Who knows where that baby Jesus has been?
That's an interesting conversation. Don't put baby Jesus in a mouth you don't know where he's been.
But then the lady that had the nativity set acted like that wasn't unusual, that people wanted to put baby Jesus in it, and I'm like...
Does it come from the king cakes?
I don't know.
All right, are we trimming? We're trimming these,
We
right?
can trim, yeah,
Okay.
we can trim them.
Should we trim them over here?
No, we can.
No.
The camera's back over there. I don't know.
all
We're
right.
making. You might want to turn it. Can you see the seam on that side?
Yeah.
Okay. We're making this up as we go along.
It's like
I'll go to
John
this
the
side.
Baptist.
John the Baptist.
What about John the Baptist?
Well, if like he had to baptize baby Jesus, I guess he could baptize baby Jesus with his mouth, like saliva.
Well, this took a turn.
Not sure. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you know the story?
I love that this is my new job.
So, you've heard the story. You know the wandering Jew, right?
No.
Which I know it sounds awful when you say it out loud like that, but this is lore. This is biblical. I'm not making this up. Because John the Beloved, which is interesting if you read your New Testament, you got like 4 accounts of the Mount Transfiguration, right? Or 3 accounts.
Gonna trust you on that.
Okay. 2 or 3 accounts. Anyway, none of the accounts, there's 3 accounts, because Matthew, Mark, Luke all write about the Mount Transfiguration. None of the accounts agree.
I would need Darren to verify.
The only one that was there, according to the way the Bible would have been John, the Gospel of John,
But
John the Beloved.
But John didn't write about it.
John didn't write about it.
Okay.
So there's also lore, and this is the guy I would like to meet, is that when Jesus asked, his disciples, what do you want? John said, I want to live to see the second coming. And so he was blessed, and he now wanders the earth as like a good Samaritan waiting for the second coming. I would.
Okay, I like this, but I think I would have liked it more if we figured out how to put the hanger right there.
Yeah,
I think this is a better hang.
That would have been, but you know what? This would have been good. Is this was green, and this was all like oranges. It would be like a little pumpkin hanger.
It would be like a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin shape.
But anyway, so if you're doing this at home, instead of putting it in the middle, put it on the corner you're going to cut it.
Well, different hangs. Depending on what if you're looking for a pumpkin, then put it that way and.
Yeah.
But isn't it interesting how this was a rectangle fold arrangement, and this was a triangle fold arrangement.
But the minute we took off the corners, though, it kind of
you lost the triangle. Yeah. Should we make one with just the triangles?
I don't know. I think we're good. But it meets all of our requirements of today's project.
It does.
Quick. I mean, we did 3 of them, and the time it takes us to talk about all the craziness.
Quick, easy, and holiday friendly.
And holiday friendly, and see, so now we have like things for our Halloween tree.
Should we have one?
And so and like I said, you can do this with a charm pack. You could do it with a layer cake. If you were really gonna do this for like ornament type things, I suppose you could do it with a layer cake and get like big things.
Or you could do it with. That's a really big tree. How big is your tree?
Or if you want to do like a placemat looking thing, like a little thing for under your plate instead of your cup, you could do like a.
I mean, I see where this is good for the wine glass, right? To tuck the wine glass in there. But if you wanted this to not come apart, you could top stitch, right? Do a little bit of top stitching.
Or it could be like a wallet. You could hide your money in there, and this could go in your pocket.
If you put a lining in there, this could be a little coin purse.
Yeah.
John says that they met someone who thought that he was the second coming, and she wanted him to teach her and save mankind.
I can see that about John. That I can totally see that. So apparently she was wrong. John, you missed a golden opportunity there. There's a lot of.
You should have started a cult.
Cult, yeah. I don't know, what was I watching? There was this crazy cult. What was I watching? They were getting into it.
John Jones? That's it.
No, the Jim Jones. No. The Wild, the one about the people, Wild Country, the one up in was it Oregon or Seattle?
I missed that one.
Oh, it's nuts because the lady, they kill they poison the guru, and it's just nuts.
All right, so enough poisoned gurus and second comings.
And it was really,
it
was even funnier is, so the lady that's running it, she's like, oh yeah, we purposely targeted rich college girls because they were the ones that fell for it.
They knew their demographic.
Yeah,
they knew their audience.
Yeah, it was really kind of fascinating. And she ended up in jail, I think. It was crazy. It was a very crazy cult experience. I'm like, wow, that's fascinating.
Any more questions that people wanna?
Oh, what's the other cult guy? I felt that. See, that was another YouTube rabbit hole. The cult rabbit hole is fantastic on YouTube.
You and I have very different rabbit holes. So, like, the rabbit holes I've been going on YouTube lately have been other quilt shops and what are people doing with different fabric lines and how do we get younger people involved in quilting
and see, I want to know if aliens are real.
I think I've just accepted that they are, and so I can focus on fabric.
I will say, though, that the Mexican aliens were my favorite thing in the last month. So.
Yeah.
And apparently Bigfoot does exist in the White Mountains.
Do we still have any of the alien fabric that we put into stockings last year?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
We do have the dancing aliens, which might make better stockings because they glow in the dark.
Oh, glow in the
They're
dark.
not quite as cool as the greens that we had, but...
That we put with the cow fabric?
All that being said... Oh, reminds me of a movie because talk about John and Jesus and everything, aliens.
John, Jesus, and aliens, that'll be the title.
There's a great movie about that. I can't remember what it was called. The Man from Earth. Anyway. Yeah, I think it was called. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, and you make this way too easy.
Are there projects that people would like to see in the next few weeks?
John asked if Louisa is an alien.
Well, I'm the right color today.
Yes.
But I have enough human flaws to say that I am probably of this world. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I tend to think that, like, why would aliens come here?
We don't know what their worlds look like.
Yeah, but you when you have an ant farm, you're not like, oh, I want to go hang out with the ants. You just want to watch them. I mean, I really think that's what we are to aliens. Like, oh, look at the aliens. Anyway, that's all we got for tonight.
Yeah.
And and Luisa's.
Hi.
She's going to be taking over the shop, and you can see that you'll be in good hands. It'll be fun.
Thank you.
And I think we've done well in capturing the spirit that we want to keep at Four Pines Quilting. So I'm very excited about this.
Me too.
But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or anything, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And there's anything else I need to add, Eddie? Or just peace out?
I mean, there's
Okay.
your catchphrase.
Oh, my catchphrase? Okay, I remember. Ready? So on, and be excellent to each other.